Hi, this is Daryl Anger, your freestyle fiddle player, and I'm here to answer some very important questions about the Great Big Fiddle Hang, June 14th to 18th in North Adams, Massachusetts. We have 10 very important questions. We're going to give answer the top 10 most important questions about the Great Big Fiddle Hang. One of our other instructors, the amazing Jenna Moynihan, great fiddle player, one of my favorite fiddle players of all time.
Hello everyone, Jenna Moynihan here.
And I are going to help answer the top 10 questions. And for more information, you can always go to freshgrassinstitute.org and find out everything else. All right. Question number 10 of the top 10 questions of the Great Big Fiddle Hang is, will there be private bathrooms?
Will there be private bathrooms? Yes, there will be extremely private bathrooms. The accommodations for the Great Big Fiddle Hang are at porches. These are beautiful rooms. You're gonna be thinking, gosh, this bathroom is almost too private, but no, it will be just right. So no worries there. It's like camp, all the best parts of camp, but with your own bathroom. Question number 9. How did the E string end up getting so high?
Throughout history, the E string of the violin has been getting higher. It didn't start out so high, but as the general sound environment of the world ramped up, things get louder and louder. In order to make the fiddle louder, we had to tune higher. So it's been coming up. It's been going, inching gradually higher and higher until it's almost too high to stand. But there is one thing that we can do to mitigate some of that pain that we get from the E string, is to avoid it simply by raising our arm up and playing that way, thereby avoiding the E string and playing on the bottom strings. We'll also explore ways to make the E string a little bit more acceptable in mixed company at the hang. Glad we've got that settled. Question number 8. Will campers be put on the spot to stand up and recite Walt Whitman or the Gettysburg Address or play some impossible to play fiddle tune?
Campers will certainly not be put on the spot to do anything unless they want to be put on the spot or have brought their own spot to be put upon. And we'd love to hear you share what you feel up for sharing at any point during the camp, but no pressure. But you might end up wanting to play also at the end of the week with your pals. So don't count yourself out yet. Question number 7. How do I make this tune groove?
Yes, how do I make this tune groove? That is such a great question, and definitely one of the crucial issues that we'll be confronting head on at the Great Big Fiddle Hang. There's so many ways to do it. A lot of it has to do with your bow arm, right? And making that bow arm move. We're going to talk about grooving single bow strokes. We're going to talk about pulsing, grouping, and all kinds of shuffles, which are bow patterns. So just imagine an imaginary bow attached to this hand that keeps going back and forth in front of my face, which is starting to annoy me. I don't know about you. But yes, there's lots of kind of great ways to make your tune groove more, and we will address them at the camp. So Next question. I've got my tune grooving. How do I bring my groovy tune to an ensemble? Question 6. Jenna, over to you.
Ah, yes, question 6. That's a big one. And so much of what we're gonna explore at the camp. But once you've got your groovy tune that you love playing, figuring out, okay, what are the chords? What could be the chords? Maybe what's the mood of the tune or the energy that we're going for? Is there a harmony part? Is there a solo section? Ideas we each experiment with in our own respective styles, and we're going to share bits and pieces of those and see how they translate cross genre, cross tune. So this is a big part of what the Great Big Fiddle Hang is going to be like. So you should just come and we're going to sort it out. Question 5. But will there be private bathrooms?
Yes, this question keeps coming up, and yes, yes, yes. There will be private bathrooms. Yes. Yes. Question number 4. Why do I always lose my rosin? Now, that is a question that can only be answered in the context of you losing your rosin, which is not a situation devoutly to be wished, of course, but it does happen. 2 main reasons is that 1, it's small, and 2, you need it.
Maybe you're losing your rosin because the lesson is really in finding your rosin. Question number 3, will there be snacks?
Will there be snacks? Of course there's gonna be snacks. Snacks are what make the world go round. Snacks, without snacks, life itself would be impossible. Yes, okay, here's question number 2 of the top 10. Are the ponies that give us the bow hair doing okay?
I'm choosing to believe in a sort of My Little Pony situation, kind of a lot of rainbows and clouds. That is how I'm able to sleep at night on that one. Question number 1. Can you see us from space?
I think so. Of course, that depends on whether you're talking about Euclidean space, Einsteinian space, or anti-de Sitter space, right? Because all those spaces have their own geometric rules. So it might be, if we're talking about Einsteinian space, we might have to be able to see around corners to see the Einsteinian space, because that tends to curve. But if we're just talking about good old Euclidean, straight ahead, spacey space, I would say yes, although I'm not sure why you'd want to be out there in the first place. And here is question 0 of the top 10 questions of the Great Big Fiddle Hang. Will there be private bathrooms?